Today is the 17th day of February 2025. And today is not just another day, it is the 17th day in Black History Month. And what holiday is today? President's Day. Man, all my favorite presidents are Black a day. So we're not gonna talk about the history of presidents and whatnot, and what happens on President's Day and how nobody gives a fuck about that holiday besides the fact that they get a day off from work or school. And let's talk about something that people actually give a fuck about. The release date for Grand Theft Auto Personal Computer Edition. And allegedly, according to rumors, let me repeat that again. Wait. Oh wait, shit. I don't have my headphones plugged in the wrong thing. Right thing, I mean. Disclaimer. These are rumors. Treat this as fun little yappage. Some random shit I found on the internet that I wanted to pull up an article about and talk about. I have no proof that these rumors are real. We're gonna talk about these rumors as if they're real, but we're gonna assume they're not real, that everybody's just having a fun little conversation, okay? Okay, cool, we here with that? We here with that? The dramatic music is getting a point to you across? Okay, cool. Grand Theft Auto 6 set for personal computer debut in early 2026, accessories company claims. We were on a break. The next entry in Rockstar's series is scheduled for consoles this autumn. However, the developer, along with publisher Take-Two, are keeping things close to their chest. Yeah, they haven't announced a release date, and I don't think they're going to announce a release date for a good while for the simple fact of they don't have to. They could shadow drop GTA 6 literally right now. While I'm streaming this on Twitch.tv/QaptainSlander. Right now, right this second, they can drop the game. They would still sell 1 billion copies in a week. And that's bad. They'd still make 1 million copies in a week. So keep that in mind when we talk about this. Like, yeah, they've been close to the chest and they haven't announced an announcement date, but whenever they announce it, they're gonna dominate that season in gaming. Take-Two, back in May, Take-Two said Rockstar would make more announcements in due time, which means we gonna tell you whenever we tell you. Now, when that specific time when we tell you whatever we gonna tell you is, I don't know. But when it happens, we gonna tell you. And then earlier this month, it teased that Grand Theft Auto 6 Edition personal computer release is on the cards, but the company tends to not go across all platforms simultaneously, which I wonder if there's like a real strategy reason for that. Speaking during its latest financial results, Crosshair's gaming financial VP Ronald Veen said, again, still treat this like this is rumors and that we're talking about this for giggles and shits and yappage basically. GTA 6 is probably the one everyone is talking about, and we'll get a glimpse of that, I think, later on in the year for console. My understanding now is going to come out in the fall, autumn, that's what they're adding, in the fall for console, and then early 2026 for PC. Thanks, VGC. Should this prove true, there's a pretty speedy move to PC when you consider other Rockstar releases. Yeah. Red Dead Redemption, for example, first launched all the way back in 2010 across PS3 and Xbox. It then arrived on PC last year. I think that's a special case for the simple fact of in 2010, getting PC ports of games wasn't rare, but it wasn't as live or die as it is now. Like in 2010, porting your game to PC that was already on console wasn't like something you had to do, versus right now, if you drop a game, and if you drop a like AAA game, I'm talking about AAA games, not indie games, that's a different conversation. AAA games, right now, you drop a AAA game and you don't drop that bitch on PC, you're just cutting off part of the market for your sales, versus 10 years ago, if you didn't drop your game on PlayStation, Xbox, you were going broke. Now it's the reverse. If you don't drop your shit on PC as well, you're going broke. So it's not the same like climate in the industry, so to speak, for this to be the truth. As for its console debut, Take-Two head Strauss Zelnick previously said he isn't worried about getting Grand Theft Auto 6 to work on Microsoft's lesser-powered Xbox Series S console. Translation: buy a real fucking console. Because you know what's funny about the Xbox Series S and all this news that's been coming out recently about how developers is like, hey bro, we're not even going to try and fit our... Wait, is my sign cut off? Oh no. About how developers are going, hey bro, we're not even going to try and fit our game on that fucking console. Get a real Xbox, build a PC, play it on PlayStation. That's 3 other alternate options for you to play as, or wait till it comes to Game Pass if it ever does. Other than that, shoulder shrug. We don't really know what to tell you. And for that, I would say, yeah, that's reasonable. I don't know why anybody in the first place would buy an Xbox Series S. Like a PS5 digital edition, even though I hate them bitches, I can understand why somebody would buy it because it had the same power as a regular PS5. It just didn't have a disc drive, so that's how the cost got cut down as much as it did. Versus like the Xbox Series S, not only were you getting no disc drive, you were getting a weaker console. And a lot of people that like don't understand technology, they just saw Xbox cheaper, and that's it. Their brain stopped there. They didn't think, why is it cheaper? What did they do to make it cheaper? And I'm not saying every time you go to buy something, you gotta hyper psychoanalyze it, but it's just certain basic questions you should be asking yourself as a consumer. And as we're seeing now, it's 2025. If 5 years ago you would have brought a PlayStation 5, an Xbox Series X, or built a PC, you would still be able to run modern games today. Because like, I've had my PC for the past 5 years. The only game that hard straight up didn't work on this PC is Marvel Rivals, and that's because that game is dog shit optimized. All the latest games that are coming out, I could run them at medium settings. I just prefer to run it at low because, you know, my computer costs a lot. I don't want to waste money, you know, building up. I don't want to waste my money building up my computer just to play some games or fuck it up to pay that same amount that I paid to make the PC to fix it. You know, so it's like, point is, the Xbox Series S from the beginning was a bad investment, and I said that. And a lot of people think of investments, just a short tangent, think of investments as, oh, investments are only things that's supposed to make the rich people richer and in stocks and bonds. It's like, no, like not all investments have to bring you back money. Certain things are a time investment. Certain things are entertainment investment. For example, if in like 2013 you would have brought an Ouya for $300, you would have wasted $300 on a console, on a device that not only had no games, was borderline unusable. Oh, my doggy walking around. That borderline was unusable and had no games. On top of that, if you have one still to this day, it's even more unusable than it was back then because all the new software and stuff like that, as time goes on, as stuff got upgraded, cannot work on there because the specifications of the hardware have been overlapped so hard and neglected and not updated for so long. It's a digital console that basically becomes a brick after 4 or 5 years if the company doesn't keep supporting it and making a new one. Same thing with the Xbox Series S. So if in 5 years you wanted to continue to use your console, we're seeing what the results of that are now. A lot of games that are modern day games that are part of this generation, can't come to a console on this generation because it's powered like a console from the previous generation. But back to talking about Grand Theft Auto. Zelnick simply said the team would always find a way to support platforms despite levels of tech. That's not possible all the time. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember this, but Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. If you had a PS4, all you had to do to play Grand Theft Auto was pop the disc in. To play Grand Theft Auto 5 on Xbox and on PlayStation, on Xbox 360 and on PlayStation 3, you had to put in the installation disc. After the installation disc finished installing the game, you had to insert a USB drive that the patches for that game would download to. You had to go delete everything off the USB drive, insert it into the console, let the console reformat the drive, put the patch on there for the game. Then you had to take out the installation disc, put in a regular disc, and let it take the patch off of the USB drive and install it on the game. Now, even when you use a modern day PS5, it does all that stuff. It's just you don't have to do the whole USB 2-disc setup. Back then, when GTA 5 came out, you did. So, like, sometimes it's not always possible or not always realistic. And I would look it up, but I feel like you should know the answer and I shouldn't have to prove this to you. GTA 5 Online no longer works on Xbox 360. It no longer works on PS3. So if you brought GTA 5 on those consoles, right now you wouldn't be able to use it. I say all this to say, we're gonna find a way to support platforms despite different levels of tech. Sometimes on a technological level, that's not gonna be possible, A, and B, we already have an example of you not doing it. In a bid to alleviate concerns, our labels are really good at that, he said in November. I'm not really worried. Our labels? Bitch, are you dropping songs or games? For more on the game, here's everything they know about GTA 6 so far. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, unless a game's a console exclusive or made by a certain console, so for example, if Bethesda drops an Xbox game, well, if Bethesda drops Fallout 5 and they say for the first month you can only play Fallout on Xbox, and then a month after that we release it on PC, PlayStation, all of that. Now we're gonna talk about that later. We know damn well Xbox wouldn't do that, but for sake of conversation, let's just say if they were to do it that way, it would make sense because Bethesda's owned by Xbox. They're trying to boost sales of Xbox and boost the people playing it on the Xbox platform. But on a game that you're putting that's not like contract tied to a console or nothing like that, or to a certain console company, I don't understand why you wouldn't just put it everywhere on day one. We seen games like Prince of Persia fucking fail because of stupid ass shit like that. Like, for those of y'all who don't know, last year there was this game called Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Right? This game right here, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. This game released last year and it flopped. It didn't sell well because they made it available on everything from Xbox One all the way up to PS5 Pro, right? But the thing about it is, for the first like month, they made it impossible to buy this on Steam. Most of the people who wanted to play this game were either on older hardware, so Xbox, PS4, or Steam. I would say, I don't know the actual numbers, but just going off an educated guess, I would guess that more people were on Steam like first, then PS4 / Xbox second, and then everything else after that. But it's like people who mostly play games on Steam wanted to play this on Steam. They're making that deal with Epic. The Prince of Persia IP, I know a lot of people know and love this IP, but understand me clearly when I say that right now, this game doesn't have the clout, so to speak, to pull bullshit like that. Like Grand Theft Auto, they could say right now, GTA 6 only available on PS2. Sony would start manufacturing PS2s just so people could play GTA 6. They could say GTA only on iPhone. People is buying iPhones just to play GTA if they don't already have an iPhone, or if they're too stupid to know, you could just download an iPhone emulator. Prince of Persia does not have that pull. Prince of Persia, like for the PC version, does not have the pull to make people download Epic. And as seen with this game, more people would rather not play the game than download Epic. But let's talk about a game that I would rather play than talk about. And that is Hunter x Hunter Nin Impact. And I don't want to really go over this game too much on detail as I have in the past. I just wanted to say that I believe at the Evo Awards is when they first announced it, because I saw a leak like last week or something like that. But I think they announced this at the Evo Awards. We got a release date. Which, by the way, Evo Awards? What? Let me see. No, I don't think it was announced at the Evo Awards. Anyway, they announced some DLC characters. There you go if you want to know. I don't watch Hunter x Hunter. I just like the idea of the gameplay. That's why I'm hyped and why I'm excited for it. But when does it come out? July. So this is a summer game. This game has room to breathe. This game has room to fight. I'm glad that more games of like non-AAA status are releasing and not the end of the year. Because please stop doing that shit to yourselves. But yeah, there's also early access 48 hours. I don't give a fuck. I'm keeping a stack with you. Oh yeah, I saved a tweet about it. I don't give a fuck. If you want to see what comes in a special edition, there you go. There's a quick look. And if you want to see all the DLC characters, oh wait, no. Some of the stuff was like skins. They announced all the characters. I just don't remember the name. But Nefel, I don't know how to pronounce that properly. If it is Nefelito is gonna be the first announced DLC character. That being said, another thing I wanted to mention is that Fatal Fury is getting a open beta test that is going from February 20th to 24th. So that is, that's from Thursday this week to Friday. Oh yeah, Fatal Fury. Yeah, on the 20th we will definitely be on Fatal Fury. Where's my alarm? Fatal Fury demo. Oh, I already have one scheduled. So yeah, we will definitely 100% be on that, and it is an open beta test. So if you want to play it, here for you. Go ahead, play it. But yeah, let me blow my nose real quick. My nose just feels weird right now. Don't worry if y'all saw that. I got handy scenes right here. But even if y'all didn't like that, y'all don't like those sounds, y'all thought those sounds were strange, I just need you to know that life in general is strange. Talking about life and how strange it can or can't be, let's talk about how the creative directors from Life is Strange made the decision to delay Lost Records' Bloomin' Rage, plus a tease of the game's magical elements. Now look, I thought of that on the spot. Clap it up for me for that. Clap it up for me for that. I thought of that on the spot right there. As I was blowing my nose, I was like, well, how can I tie this into the next article? And I did it. But let's go from talking about things I did to how the developers or whoever is saying they wouldn't expect some full sci-fi supernatural high stakes power. Well, that's what Life is Strange did, and all the other Life is Strange games didn't involve, so I don't know why I wouldn't. But I guess, let's read on. Video games often skirt the launch of rivals to avoid launch date clashes on release calendars. You can't tell that to Respawn in the 2 times they dropped Battlefield. You can't tell that to Respawn in the 2 times they dropped Battlefield at the same time as Call of Duty, or I think Respawn also makes Titanfall too. Or who's the niggas that make Horizon Zero? Not SIE, but the company under SIE. You can't tell them that. Anyway, video games often skirt the launch of rivals to avoid launch date clashes on the release calendar. But the situation was more unique for Lost Records team, and that the clash it wanted to avoid was for the latest entry in the series it initially founded. In this interview, conducted all the way back at Gamescom last year, they asked Life is Strange and now Lost Records Bloomin' Rage creative director Michael Koch about the game's postponement. Blah blah blah. What the nigga say? Life is Strange was always a multi-part series. Though more recent entries developed after you guys left the franchise have been standalone. What was the thinking behind splitting Bloomin' Rage, and why did you decide on launching it in 2 halves? I thought it was going to be more than 2 halves, but they were just launching 2 right now. That feels strange. So how long are each of these halves going to be? Because I'm not going to lie, if you're launching 2 halves, both them bitches better be like 3-4 hours. Cause like 2-hour episodes is cool when you releasing 4-5 episodes, but 2 episodes you're releasing a game in halves? What the fuck? They noticed that they're not invested as much in Netflix shows. They binge them and then, but you're not making a Netflix show. How does it? I'm gonna let him cook. They binge them and then forget them very quickly sometimes, and then they was watching some TV shows on Apple, blah blah blah, where they were sticking to weekly releases and found that I was investing way more. So you only split it into 2 releases instead of the normal 5? And started since it's over the conjunction. And we were thinking we made some good episodic games, and why not still go for at least a part of that? No, don't have one foot in the door. Like, bro, whenever you do things in this vein, you can't have half your body in the doorway, half your body out the doorway. You can't be stepping like this with 1 foot over the doorway. Either you inside or out. Like, what your grandmama used to say, what your grandmammy used to say, your great grandmammy used to say when you used to go outside into the heat, play, come inside to the AC. Go outside to the heat, play, come inside to the AC. She said either you're inside or you're out. You're not going to keep opening the door, letting out her good AC, right? That's what she said. Same thing with concepts like this. Either you give us all the episodes or you just give us the whole fucking game. Why would you split the game in half? That doesn't make sense. And if you're trying to keep people roped in and stringed in, why not just follow the literal model that you have painted in front of you? That doesn't make sense. It also makes a lot of sense for the story. You know the game is called Bloom and Rage, so tape 1 will be Bloom and tape 1 will be Rage. I guess, bro. The game's past takes place over the summer of 95, so tape 1 is July and tape 2 is August. And there is an event there is something that happens at the end of tape 1 that makes sense to stop the game there and reflect a bit. Why not just split? I don't know. To me, this just don't feel right. This is rubbing me the wrong way. I'm not gonna lie. This is making my clitoris a little bit rough. I don't like this. Just let the player take their time to maybe play something else, wait a bit, think about what happened, and then go back to tape 2. Hopefully even more invested in the story because you have some time to reflect on what happened and maybe talk with your friends or the other people online. I don't know what it is about this whole thought process, but I just don't like it. I don't like it. Like I said, it's not rubbing me the right way. So the split was decided later on. We decided around 2 years ago, and it was not right at the beginning at conception, but we decided to split it so it makes sense for the story for editing and pacing. Another big decision was the delay till 2025 to avoid launching against Life is Strange Double Exposure. Yeah, that makes sense because even though they're both your games, if you make me, a nigga like me, pick between Life is Strange Double Exposure and fucking Bloom and Range, I'm gonna play both. But the average nigga, they're just gonna pick Life is Strange because Life is Strange has been going on since like what, 2013 or something like that. Like that's damn near a 10-year-old franchise. They're gonna go with what they know. There are not many narrative games with like a AA or high quality. Life is Strange Double Exposure is one, Lost Records is another. We thought as players, I would love that the games are not coming at exactly the same time as I want to play both. And for us as developers, it also gives us a bit more breathing room to polish things a bit better. I can understand it from a development perspective, but I would still come from the perspective as a player as I'm scared how much content is that. You know what? That's why this might be rubbing me the wrong way. I'm scared as to how much content is going to be in this game and if they're going to try and overwhelm a nigga with like 6 hours of content at a time. One of the similarities between Life is Strange and Lost Records seem to be that some of the supernatural elements. You know what? This article is kind of long as fuck. I'm going to skip through and see if there's any questions that like I really care about. One of the similarities between Life is Lost Records will be some kind of supernatural element. That's spoilers. So you're not getting into the okay. Oh wait, no, that seems like spoilers. So the plan is that these characters can spoilers. I look forward to your Stephen King self and spoilers. As with Life is Strange, I could guess again about spoilers. Oh wait, hold on. About balancing you making a game about teenagers as an adult and also not feeling like you're talking down to anyone. Spoilers. Maybe sometimes you want a bit of a boomer to show these now adults are from a different generation. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that question either. I still don't like the idea that they're splitting it into 2. I thought like when I saw those that those were gonna be the first 2 episodes, but if that's the way they're doing the whole thing, but I don't like how that interview panned out. But let's talk about how another interview pans out and see if I like it. Is this shit long? This shit's long as fuck. So what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm gonna skip through this article. I'm gonna see questions and I might skip them. I'm gonna just go to the questions I like. On corporate sounding job styles and milestones. Back on the don't give a fuck. I'm not even gonna cap. On seeing PlayStation logo during an Xbox show. This is the main reason why I saved the article, because I saw a lot of stuff talking about this and I was like, fuck it, we might as well save the whole interview, see if there's anything else interesting. When it comes to don't care, Phil, I think it's just being honest and transparent about where these games are showing. And we actually even had this discussion last year for the June showcase, and by the time we kind of made our decision, we couldn't get all of the assets done, and it felt weird to have some of them in and some of them out. Oh, okay, that makes sense, because I remember during like one of the previous Xbox showcases, finding out that some of those games were coming to PlayStation, but they just weren't advertising it as so, and I was like, it's weird that they did it for some, did it for others, but we now know why. I just want to be transparent with people. For shipping on Nintendo Switch, we're going to put that. PlayStation, Steam, blah, blah, blah. People should know the storefronts where they can get our games. But I want people to be able to experience our Xbox community and our games and everything we have to offer on every screen we can. Translation. We want everybody to buy our games. We don't give a fuck if you buy our games and play them on PlayStation. As long as you take your credit card, as long as you take your phone, you Apple Pay, tap that bitch on the back of your console, and there's a blink at the end, and that blink is because you purchased one of our games. Hands by our shoulders. We do not give a fuck. Obviously, not every screen is equal. Yeah, like there's certain things we can't do on other closed platforms that we can do on open platforms. Cloud, it's different. Games should be the... What the fuck? Why do my shit keep spiking? I'm not understanding. 1 second, y'all. Let me try. Actually, no. I'm gonna leave it and see if it does it again. And I know it's not what everybody else is doing. True, because PlayStation has a platform that still has value as a platform to itself. I just believe games should be the thing that's at the forefront. When were they not? Well, except for people. When were they ever not? I'm not understanding that one. I'm guessing he's saying he's trying to keep it at the forefront. Maybe it's because of how I've grown up in this industry. I came from building games. I think that games are things that I see growing in strength and what they're doing because more people can play. So yeah, I'm just trying to be open and transparent with people. Now, in terms of gaming and gaming experiences, this is cool. But as I've always said, in terms of competition, this is not really that cool, because it gives PlayStation a chance to be prideful and do dumb shit because they feel like Xbox is not trying to compete anymore. And I don't give a fuck when it comes to how corporations feel. It's best for us regular niggas that buy the games if they feel like they always gotta compete, like they always gotta be the best. Cause fuck the part where it makes them be the best they can be. I just want them to not stoop down to low levels and start doing dumb shit. Look at NBA 2K. Number one reason why I say that game got ruined is because nobody else could make a basketball game. Other people can make basketball games, like with NBA characters. NBA 2K would not have nearly as much dumb shit as it has. Why is it last year I saw that game get a Gravity Ball FPS DLC mode? Why is it that I saw last year that shit get a go-kart mode? I'm sorry, but if I want to boot up a go-kart game, why would I highlight the NBA 2K25 application and hit start if I want to play a go-kart game? So it's stuff like that where it's like, the more competition, the merrier. On cloud gaming, gatekeeping, and platforms. I just have to call it out because my friends at Machine Games and the quality of the indie. It's a game that I'm now going through rebuild. I'm in Thailand right now, don't give a fuck. Excuse me. The largest thing now are the games, and I think that's a good thing for the gamers for the games industry. In terms of growth in the games industry on the studio side, yes, but in terms of publishers, I don't really think that's a good thing, because here's why. If you want your game to do numbers on console, like I said, and this is again where the competition thing loops back in. If you want to have your games be primarily console focused in any way, you're either gonna have to beg Nintendo. You're either gonna have to basically fund this shit yourself and then say, Nintendo, is it cool if we put it on your platform and use your name to advertise? Unless you want to straight up become a Nintendo studio, which that I would imagine being a bitch and a half. Or you're gonna have to bend the knee to Sony. And unless you're making super duper hyper family friendly or super inventive games that take advantage of the Switch's hardware, you're basically from this point on gonna have to bend the knee to Sony. I don't like the idea of that. I want there to be as many major publishers are there as there can be in the industry, so that like as many people as possible can have like choices and options, so that there is no time where a game gets big and they basically say, Sony, how much are you willing to buy us for before you shut us down? Like, I never wanted to get to that point. I always want there to be Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, Steam, Epic, then other individual publishers and stuff like that. I want it to be as much variety as possible. Allowing more people to play. I want Xbox to be the platform that enables that. That's why I love the beginning of the showcase of the Dev Direct. We've obviously done our work. Not only is cloud part of the game, I don't give a fuck about that. On becoming Sega and a concerned community. This is what I want to know about. Why are they trying so hard to Sega themselves? It's maybe not what I was going to say on stand at the time, but yeah, I would love to make all of the money for all of the games that we ship, right? Like, obviously, we make more on our own platform. True, because they get to pay more, keep more of the profits. Long story short, whenever you put your game on another person's platform, you have to pay them for every sale you make. So, for example, out of every dollar, you have to give them 30 cents. Kind of fucking annoying to give somebody else 30% of your pay, but if you got your stuff on their platform that they build the infrastructure for and that they pay to upkeep and just rent it out for other people to use, they're kind of playing within their rule set. So it's cheaper to keep it on your platform that you made because you don't have to pay anything extra. It's my game. If I make lemonade with lemons I grow at my own garden, I don't have to pay nobody for lemons. I got a garden full. But if I gotta go buy lemons from somebody else, now, every time I sell a cup of lemonade, I'm essentially, basically, paying this nigga, let's say it's 30 cents a lemon, for every dollar worth of lemonade, I'm giving this nigga 30 cents. You see why it's better to use the lemons out your own garden for lemonade than to buy them at the store? Okay, cool, let's go back. I don't want them to look and say, there's no way that we should be able to build a business here. Find fans of our franchise here. True, you always want to expand. I'm not trying to move them all over to Xbox anymore. People, you should. Because the Xbox platform right now is massively fucking useless. What? Okay, cool. Back to what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. I'm not trying to move them all over there. Oh, yeah, you should be trying to move them back over to Xbox for the simple fact, I look at it like, again, the more competition, the better. I know I've said that a couple times, but I really want to hammer that in. Competition is always good in capitalism. People were also invested in where our games are. Let's just allow more people to play, and yes, the 70% that we make on games on other platforms is helpful to us being able to build great portfolios like we showed at Dev Direct. Yeah, but the thing is, you could take that great portfolio and put it on any platform and still make money, which de-incentivizes more and more for you to make an actual Xbox. And people really care about their piece of plastic that they buy no games on, or they do buy games, excuse me. Madden and FIFA. I want to show respect to the people. Wait, hold up. I want to show respect to the people that I don't give a fuck past that. I know it's such a good topic. Matt Booty on smaller games and dodging tomatoes. Oh yeah, let's say about this. Yeah, you know, I said years ago, and I kind of got some tomatoes thrown at me about the impact of first-party games have in our industry. It was really this struggle I saw for business. It's obviously been huge for single-player games. Like, there's no doubt. Yeah. Let me clap it up. Because how many times have y'all heard me, if y'all been watching more than one stream, how many times have y'all heard me say on this stream, a lot of people don't play video games because they're gaming enthusiasts. A lot of people play video games because they in a relationship. They like, girls is like, oh, my boyfriend plays Fortnite, my boyfriend plays Apex, Marvel Rivals, so I'm gonna play it so I can spend some time with him. Oh, my broskies, I don't really like playing video games, but all the bros is on Fortnite, so let me see what this Fortnite thing is about. If anything, I'm still chilling on here with the bros, whatever. So most people play video games socially. So there has been a big struggle for single player games, like he's saying, because single player games, like talking to somebody about a game you played, for most people isn't as interesting as playing a game with somebody and talking about the game with them, and then when you're off the game, still talking about it, talking to them about that game. Most people find more comfort in the company of people than their own solace. Part of our reason for trying to get a subscription going was to allow us to support games that have a beginning, middle, and end. I think that the synergies between I want to play a game, indie's not a small game, but like say indie, and when I finish, Avowed's coming. Okay, I can see where he's coming from. He's basically saying, the niggas like, yo and me, I'ma feed y'all. I'm not worried about everybody else, because everybody else don't care. And this is why, from what I know and what I've seen, this nigga is actually a good Xbox lead. Our favorite game in Pigs in the Muds. Yeah, State of Decay is one of the franchises I love, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. On flipping the script, if I can sneak in, do you by any chance, and feel free to say no, do you have a question for, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, that's how big old Phil Spencer and what he had to say about Xbox getting ready to Sega itself. Now, he said in this article, corporate, you know he's supposed to say this. He said in this article basically a whole bunch of no guys, we're not gonna Sega itself. But if you're also paying attention, he also said a lot. Hey, bruh, Sega and ourselves wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Hear me out. We make more money putting our games on everything that's not an Xbox versus an actual Xbox. Because the Xbox One was a horrible generation for us. Then we followed it up with the Xbox Series, another horrible generation for us so far. Then on top of the fact that half of our software is underpowered, on top of having underpowered software that nobody wants to develop games for because the shit is so damn weak. Excuse me. On top of having like shitty hardware that nobody wants to develop games for because the shit is so damn weak, we're requiring people to put games on that lesser hardware that's making more AAA bigger title releases later on in the life cycle, shrug their shoulders and say, well, I guess we're not gonna put it on Xbox at all because this is what they're doing. Y'all gotta humble yourselves and say, compared to a PlayStation, nobody has a fucking Xbox. Because like the ratio of Xboxes in a while to PlayStations, it's like 5 to 1, 3 to 1, something crazy like that. So for every 100 Xboxes, there's 500 PlayStations in a while. For every 1,000 Xboxes, there's 5,000 PlayStations in a while, like roughly speaking. So they really are sitting back and saying, we're not making money putting our games on our platform, so we'll make money putting it on everybody else's platform. And it's getting to the point to where it's like, if this alleged portable console, because that was a rumor that I heard a while ago that the people who make the Surface laptops for Microsoft are working on the next Xbox, and it's like, if y'all do that and y'all make a portable Xbox, that could be a banger, but will anybody give a fuck about buying yours by then? Because the premium handheld gaming market is advancing so much since like 2020, 2021 when the Steam Deck came out, and after, like way after the Switch came out. It's like the market has advanced so much. Will you even be able to compete at all? Because for the last like 10 years, you've been devaluing and diminishing the name of the Xbox. Since 2013, nobody has wanted a fucking Xbox. Other than Xbox, people who are like casual gamers, nobody's really wanted an Xbox. So we'll see. We'll see. Over time, we will see. Something else I also want to see is an answer to my question. Now, we're gonna watch this clip, but first I'm going to read you the title. Breaking. Wait, hold up. Oh wait, no. Let's pause this. Yeah, there we go. Put that bitch on the loop. I know. Oh, Flower of Love. Let's go. W. No. 3. Making news. Oh. There we go. No, what the fuck is this? Breaking news. EGM. I swear to God. There we go. Breaking news, everybody. If you are in Ohio and you working them cheeks, you bow, 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 bow. You busting down the cheeks and you pull out your meat and you all over the coochie cheeks. It's illegal. You just committed a crime. You're the same as somebody who run up in a bank with a Draco and say, "Give me all your money." You're the same as somebody who drives a car knowing they drunk, hits 14 people and says, "Fuck it, I'm still going home." If you in Ohio put your beef in something, you say and you pull out and you on top of the covers, you're the same as an evil corporation that dumps chemicals in the water. Breaking fucking news. My question about this though, how do you enforce this? Like, no, real shit. How do you enforce this? How do you make sure that people are only ejaculating with the intent of contraception? Like, how do you check that? Like, are you gonna run up in niggas' houses with black lights? Click, click. Hey, we're checking for semen. Like, do you go and like put a syringe in the nigga nuts and like extract the semen and see like how fresh it is to tell when the last time he ejaculated was? Like, yeah, we didn't find anything in your browser history or your ISP history, but we see those nudie mags under your bed. Come here, let's stick this syringe in your testicular cavity. Like, shit like this, like laws like this is funny. This is on par with the hilarity of that law they made in Flint, Michigan, where anal sex is illegal. How do you enforce that? But let's watch the video. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe it's just a funny ass headline, and they've got something in here that makes sense.
Sponsored by Democratic State Representatives Anita Somani, an OBGYN from Dublin, and Tristan Rader.
OBGYN? Oh shit, you better stay your ass out of New York. Them niggas be screaming OYK and OGK. Woo! Stay your ass out of New York, OBGYN. Microphone almost fell. Yeah, stay your ass out of New York. They don't fuck with that set over here.
The whole entire point of this bill is to call out the hypocrisy of particularly the state legislature when they bring forward bills to regulate women's bodies.
Now, there are exceptions to the
Okay, so this is a meme comedy headline, basically.
law would include sperm donation, contraception, and members of the LGBTQ community. Men face a maximum $10,000 fine after the third offense. If they have
third, how you gonna figure out offense number 1, 2, 3? Again, how are you checking this? Like, are you coming to a nigga home and like you're confiscating that nigga's bed sheets? Or like, are they gonna go in the nigga dirty clothes hamper and be like, hey, all them socks, take them out and give them to me? Yep. Oh, I see some tissues in your basket. Yo, bro, I just got the flu. Yeah, we didn't heard that before, buddy. Yoink. we're taking this trash can for confiscation and flip over your mattress.
Without the intention of conceiving a child.
Men have the same rights no matter where they go in the country.
True.
Women have rights based on where they live.
That's a factual statement.
Basic biological facts and leans in towards middle school humor.
Austin Beigel with End Abortion Ohio calls the proposal disrespectful to the pro-life community and a waste of state resources.
Not really. I mean, if he's doing it to prove a point, his point gets proven. Did he really waste his resources?
Have to review it when they file it. They're going to have to stick a legal team on it, wasting time on that and delaying other bills that are trying to be reviewed as well.
ABC6 asking viewers.
God damn. Nigga said 74% waste of time.
About in an online poll.
Roe v. Wade was overturned. Just to remind y'all.
4%.
Wasn't a waste of time then.
And telling us it's a waste of time.
This may be considered a waste of money.
By the way, in case like you're like on the younger side, or like mentally you're on the younger side, Roe v. Wade is basically a law that says abortion is legal, and overturning it means states figure out whether abortion is legal or not. And basically the federal government goes, hey bro, we don't give a fuck if abortion is legal or not. States, y'all figure it the fuck out. And a lot of states, as soon as that happens, they say, yeah, cut that shit off. Get some food for thought.
People, but we have had far bigger misuse of taxpayer money in bills that have been proposed and passed.
The final draft.
True. I pay taxes, and I never said that, hey, we should go drop bombs on all these other crazy ass countries, but that's neither here nor there. I just want to get my little jokes off and shit. I'm not going to get super duper political. Okay. I know I lost some of y'all getting political a little bit for a second, but let's go back to the game and stuff and talk about how one of the developers in Marvel Rivals said that they're not trolling Marvel, right? Marvel